Let me get my toe. Oh,
let me get my toe.
I got it. It's fine.
I got my toe. Oh,
I got my toe.
got your toe.
It's like being an 8-year-old, but
oh, got your nose.
you do. Nope.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to 30ish podcast.
Here we are.
Here we are. I'm
and a half
Brie.
later. I'm Shay.
Yeah, a week and a half. 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. It's been 2 weeks this time. We were on a roll for 2 weeks, and then we skipped it because Brianti. But
It's fine.
It's fine.
I wouldn't have been able to pull it out of my booty.
It's fine. We got it. Yeah. Well, welcome, everyone. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's my sister-in-law who's hopefully with...
Hopefully with Austin.
She's always here. She is with Austin, and she's with another person named Emily and Austin, who are their best friends.
Your employer's asking you why you're dressed like it's cold.
Because I am freezing, and it's so cold outside. I know, I look like...
She doesn't have a soul. That's
I look
why
like
she's
I'm ready
like
to go to...
Austin and Austin are here. Cool. Both Austins.
Everyone is here on Instagram Live. Welcome, and welcome to the podcast. What's up, Shay?
Not much, man. I mean,
yeah, that's
rubber lady.
Rubber lady?
Robert lady.
Oh, I do look like I'm going to go rob a convenience store.
You do.
Here I go. I'm not. No. I'll stay here instead.
Again, I look like I'm about to go pick up the freaking kids from the soccer club right now.
We're very differing breeds today.
We're from two sides of the tracks.
We're showing that
we're on the other sides of the tracks. I'm not very good at this.
We can speak to all kinds and people. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what's going on? What's new?
Nothing.
It's fucking spooky season.
It is spooky season.
And I have been watching spooky things.
I'm trying to think
and I'm proud of myself.
Again,
I want you guys to know I'm not even afraid to go to sleep. And I've been watching some spooky things.
What's the spookiest thing you've watched?
Well, I've been watching The Haunting of Bly Manor. And it's pretty spooky.
Oh, that's pretty spooky. We just watched, by we, I mean, myself, The Third Wheel, and my sisters and her marriage to her
and
wife.
Her marriage. My sister and her marriage, and me.
We watched... That could be a book.
My sister, her marriage, and me.
Great. Stupid.
It's like the new Three's Company.
It is. I'm like freaking John Ritter on roller skates.
You are.
Yeah, 100%.
With his little short shorts and his...
I'm like, hey guys.
Comb over surfer hair.
Did he have a
comb over? It was very... No.
No. How dare you speak ill of the dead?
A sexy man.
What a dick.
He is a sexy spirit.
Rest
in peace, John Ritter.
Please don't bring that into my house.
That'd be dope.
No,
are you kidding,
not.
John Ritter?
Jokes.
Just fucking tells you joke in your sleep while you're sleeping. That's nightmares.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, sorry guys, we're not making jokes about John Ritter.
With when he did his last film, which was I think Bride of Chucky or something like that.
Oh, what?
He had the nail gun in his face.
John Ritter?
Yeah. You know what I'm
He was in The Bride of Chucky?
Oh yeah, he played this
I've never seen that.
Oh well,
maybe that's my next spooky season pick.
Give it a gander. Give it a gander. It's a good one. But anyway.
What's good for the goose.
Oh, God.
Is good for the gander. So maybe I'll try it.
The last thing I think I watched was, spooky-wise, was The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Jesus Christ. I'm not getting that crazy.
They said that several times, and he didn't come. He didn't come at all.
He didn't exorcise the demons.
He sure didn't. Nope.
Because they were too deep. Mm-hmm. Jesus. Okay. No, I've never seen
Laura
that
Linney solved the case, so it was fine. It wasn't epilepsy. Anyway, what are we drinking today?
Is that really what it fucking was?
No, it was based on a true story, and I think that was how they kind of tried to, whatever the case was, argue the case was no, it wasn't exorcism, and that's not how she died. She actually had developed seizures and blah blah blah. And they were like, no, she was full of Satan for sure.
It was some crazy
shit.
Yeah,
we were in a barn, and the horses ran away, and it was a whole thing.
Yikes.
Yeah. But anyway.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah. What'd you roll?
What did I roll?
I feel like I'm sitting in your lap
I rolled
today.
food. I know. This is a weird... I'm like back here. You're
It's
like
fine.
over here.
It's all good.
Because I look like Santa without a beard.
Wow, you have evolved from a robber to Santa Claus.
I'm like cool Santa.
I don't know what's next.
I got a beat. I don't know.
It's fine.
I rolled food.
Okay.
And it's going to be delicious information.
Is it?
For your brain and for the season.
I'm excited.
You know, my favorite thing to talk about, seasonal things.
As long as it's not about pumpkin, I'm solid about that.
It's only about pumpkin spice.
Oh, fuck.
There might be some spices. There might be talk of a pumpkin.
Yeah. Well, I rolled nostalgia, and I got a good one.
Oh, you roll nostalgia. You haven't gotten nostalgia in a while.
I have, but I'm guys,
brought
it
us
isn't
back.
about crime, so you guys should be really happy about that.
You guys,
especially you, Austin.
You're not gonna be bombarded with gore and murder.
Not dick, but
not today.
No.
Or well, there's gonna be plenty of dick jokes, I'm sure.
I'm sure there are. Hopefully not about your boyfriends, but it's fine.
No, probably not today, unless something comes up where. Just kidding. Something comes up. Wink.
There it is.
Okay. Anyways,
What are we drinking? What?
Oh yeah. You guys, our drink is lame as fuck today.
I don't know. It tastes delicious.
But
it tastes like a
it's
melted
good.
popsicle.
It is. It's like a melted
Yes.
popsicle.
Everyone does love nostalgia.
Everyone loves nostalgia always. Well, today we're drinking literally Santa Cruz organic grape juice, Concord grape, and vodka, and Topo Chico. Wink.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, do you guys remember that Will Ferrell skit when he's like the nudist? And no, he's not a nudist. He's like a model.
Yeah, he is.
For the
but
fucking,
he's like
the naked model.
I kicked ass. I got 2 B's and a C. Like it was.
Luckily, it was for hepatitis.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and then he like does his weird little thing where he's like something about a wink and the thinker and the stinker.
Yeah, this is the thinker.
And
I
he's like,
call this a stinker.
"Wink."
Yeah, it's great.
Anyway,
that's a great old bit. That's nostalgic as fuck. Damn, girl.
Best of Will Ferrell, that DVD. I've literally it's probably melted in a DVD player somewhere because I've watched it so many times.
It's so warm from you playing it so many times.
Like I've memorized the dress sketch on the bonus features.
What's the dress sketch?
There's like dress sketch plays that they don't ever like show on SNL, and so on the bonus features of the DVD of the Best of Will Ferrell, they have the dress sketch.
I see what you're saying.
Where he's Gus Chiggins. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go YouTube it because I'm sure it's on YouTube. Gus Chiggins, Will Ferrell.
That's fair.
It's hilarious. Anyways.
Yep.
You roll nostalgia. I rolled food.
I'm ready.
And this is 30ish podcast.
I feel like some theme music should come out.
Yeah, da 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 da.
Sure.
Okay, should we go?
Yeah, we should totally
do this?
go. We should get the ball
I don't even know what
rolling.
I'm doing anymore.
I know.
Okay,
Let's
I
watch
gotta
you.
go.
Let's watch you just.
I gotta go
Push that
morph
button.
into my little homies doll.
You
That's
already
my
did,
favorite
clearly.
thing. I did. Oh yeah,
totally
that's
did.
what I did. I Alex Macked right back.
I wish I still had that power. It'd be amazing.
Slack a lack. Okay, I gotta go. Bye guys.
You got it. Look at you. You're a techie now.
Hit that. You guys, I just fucking recorded this. I mean,
basically,
now.
you're just running the show.
I basically
clearly.
do all of this now.
I basically just do the show.
You just do absolutely
I'm just here to be a
nothing.
pretty face.
That's it.
That's all I am.
That's it. Just kidding. Shay literally does everything. So here we go. Oh
true.
my god.
Here we go.
Are you guys ready for this?
I'm so excited for
This
this.
is gonna be a fun time. You guys ready to talk about some fucking food or what?
We're all ready.
Okay. Are you drooling? It's actually
I'm
not a
so
very
drooling.
like drooly episode. It's just like it's just good for your fucking soul and your immune system. Okay, here we go. We're gonna be talking about autumnal herbalism today. That's what I'm calling it.
What?
Shay's not listening to me at all. Actually, I'm not even being that funny.
I was just trying to be like, what herbalism? Like
autumnal herbalism.
What does that even mean?
It means some good ass herbs and medicinal foods you should eat during the fall season, which is now.
Oh, well,
So
I
we're
like
gonna
that.
talk
It
about
sounds like it's good for my tummy.
It's going to be good for your tummy. A lot of these things are really good for your digestive system.
Yeah.
So let's start off by saying I am not a doctor and I'm not an herbalist.
Are you sure, Dr.
And I'm
Brie?
not even a scientist, but
yes,
based on my research,
but basically,
on my research,
I'm pretty much
my
that.
years of listening to documentaries and whatever else. Anyways, we're just going to give you an informative look at some medicinal foods that you can take or not take it or leave it. If you want to boost yourselves for the best season ever.
I like that you're also unsure of your own information, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm not unsure. I just don't know what I'm saying as of right now. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. So please delete that. Thank you.
Nope.
And you probably won't.
Sure won't.
So perfect.
We're going to keep trucking.
So basically we're going to be talking
It's a live
about
show, folks.
the medicinal foods of fall. Because it's fall, y'all. And so we're going to be looking at it through like the lens of herbalism, Chinese medicine, and Ayurvedic medicine.
Oh, I do like that word.
Which is, if you don't know what Ayurveda for short,
it's not
Ayurvedic
Veda.
medicine is. It's the world's oldest holistic or whole body healing system developed in India like 3,000 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then we all know about traditional Chinese medicine. We don't all know about it, but it's a thing. Mm-hmm. So these modalities basically do something that Western medicine does not, which Western medicine obviously has its place. I love the merriment of both together because I think they both have very important aspects.
I like that.
But something that Western medicine doesn't teach us about is how our bodies are such an integral part of the natural world, and like how seasons affect us and the environments around us affect us. And instead of just like, oh, you got this, well, here's this fucking pill for this. Western, like Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine just focuses on like a more whole body approach and just like, preventative, right. A lot of preventative stuff. So like you're building your body so that this stuff, which we have constant threats coming in. We have toxic toxins in our air, in our water, in our food, all this stuff. So it's just like building our bodies so that when these things do enter our bodies, which they will, viruses, fucking bacteria, all sorts of shit, good and bad, like, so that we can, have a better chance of fighting these things off. So that's basically the difference a little bit.
Okay. I'm into that.
So
yes.
So as moving into fall, we'll be spending lots of more time indoors because, it's a little more chilly. It also means we usually like slow down a little bit. We're like a little less active.
Yeah. Which is funny because that's when I eat the most.
Yeah, it's when we want to eat more. Like literally, we do. We're getting ready for winter.
Especially like hearty
mentally,
shit.
Emotionally,
like a goddamn bear.
Yeah, and that's like an intuitive thing.
Mexican bear. They call me Cinnamon. I'm so sorry. Stupid.
Is that your Mexican bear name?
It is. It also is my name on Thursdays and Fridays at the Juggalots. It
Cinnamon bear.
I don't know what I'm doing, you guys.
That's perfect. Thank you for cutting the heat.
Right off my undercarriage.
Perfect. That cinnamon twist. Anyways.
I'll never look at this the same at Taco Bell now.
Oh my god, I forgot about those. So also autumn is cooler and darker, so it seems to breed more illnesses, flu season, that cold season's coming up with the change of weather. So yeah, the result is our immune systems are a little extra challenged because of this shift in the season. So, also making the most of fall. Wow, I didn't read over this part. Oh, sorry. Pause. Just kidding.
You're good.
So also in fall, our bodies are getting ready for, again, the cooler seasons because we were just in the hot girl summer. So we're trying to cool it down.
Did not include me. It's fine.
Hot girl summer.
I was more like Jabba the Hutt, like underneath that umbrella. I'm kidding. I don't think that low of myself. Trust me. I feel solid with my body.
That is insane.
No, it's not. That's ridiculous.
Jabba the Hutt summer.
I don't weigh like 400 pounds.
What would a Jabba the Hutt summer be? Just like a lot of wheezing and...
A lot of wheezing, a lot of like eating like crickets
drool.
and...
Crickets? Didn't he eat like women?
No, he just...
Didn't he like chew... Didn't he eat people?
He didn't eat women. He just like was disgusting
nasty.
Toward them. He like would lick their legs.
Just like a giant pile of poop that talked.
He really was, actually. He was like a giant worm. But he
ate, shit worm.
Right, he was like a little shit worm. But
a poop worm.
He ate like frogs and shit. It doesn't matter. Okay,
he did?
Yeah, he ate like a little frog. He had like a little
bowl. I need to watch Star Wars again. Which one's that in? Return of the Jedi? I just made that up. Who knows?
It was Return of the Jedi. You're more nerdy.
Oh my god,
than
I am
you
such a
think
nerd. Yes. Okay, so fall. Getting back from Jabba the Hutt to autumn.
Yeah.
Very similar. Our bodies are getting ready for the winter. And before we go there, what nature is reminding us is to simply just take a breather after the busyness of summer. The garden plants start to slow their production. The fields and the forests don't drip with fruits and flowers anymore. And the sun is slipping much earlier behind the horizon, giving us less daylight to pack in a full day of work and play. Okay? Because it's getting darker. That's my little poetic monologue for you really quick. Okay? It wasn't that poetic.
It was nice. I liked it.
Basically, nature's like giving us permission and leading by example of like, yo, it's time to slow down a little bit. Okay? We are easing into this time. All right? Yeah. And in the 5-element theory of Chinese medicine, fall actually is connected to the breath as well as release. And it's just nature showing us the beauty of letting go of all the little leaves, of all the beautiful little things we enjoyed in the summer.
Right.
So again, I don't know if you guys remember our Witch's Wheel episode, but when we talked about the autumn equinox, Mabon, I forget how to say it. It was all about letting go of what no longer serves you. So you can go into winter carrying just the essentials, just like the fucking plants in nature, guys.
I love that.
It's all connected.
It is.
So just so you guys know, so prior to shedding all their vegetation, the plants of the summer, and that are getting ready for winter will concentrate all their energy into their roots in order to reserve it to make it through the winter. And that's why, we're going to be talking about a lot of roots today being really good for you because all the really yummy packed nutrients, all the plant's energy is going into those roots, like I just said. And so that's why they have so much nutrition, especially right now in the fall. So it's good to get out your pitchforks and your shovels and your goddamn digging sticks and go dig out some roots. And I'll tell you about a few, but maybe you should make sure before you just go dig up your backyard and read a couple articles or watch a YouTube video before.
Sweet.
So you don't dig up something poisonous and then die. So, but there's some things you guys will be able to recognize. So here we go. Are you ready to get your handy dandy notebooks out? I'm going to tell you some things.
I'm ready.
Shay's
so
ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, so first of all, the diet for, according to Ayurveda and I'm sorry, I'm probably not saying that exactly correct. It's kind of a tongue twister. Ayurveda.
I feel like you're right. Ayurvedic.
Something
like that.
And Chinese medicine. So the foods that you're supposed to eat during like fall and autumn are sour, salty, and sweet foods. and keep basically like the idea is to keep fueling your digestive fire by having warm foods because and also they talk like in Ayurveda they talk about doshas and like there's certain like there's like 3 elements or 3 different doshas and they all combine either like fire and water or like ether and earth or whatever. So basically because we're going to the cold seasons, the warming foods, I don't fucking know what I'm saying. Forget it. We're moving on. We're focusing on warming, nourishing diets. I don't know where I was trying to say with that. It made sense in my brain. Focus on warming, nourishing diet during the fall. Okay? That's basically what I'm trying to say. So you also want to avoid cold, dry, and light foods because they create what's called like dampness, and you don't want dampness in the fall and the winter. You want warm and light so you could get it through.
Yeah.
Okay, so some specific foods. Sesame is really good. Fermented foods like sauerkraut and kimchi is really good. Dairy products are really good in the fall and winter if you're not allergic. But also make sure you're getting these things from good sources. That's actually the most important thing. Get it all from really good sources, okay? So dairy products like clarified butter, milk are really good. Spices like ginger and cumin a really good warm breakfast is good. Something like porridge with stewed apples, soups, stews. Think warm. Also, herbal teas are awesome for this time of year, and it's actually like has benefit, like and now the cool thing about like Western medicine meeting Eastern medicine or whatever, like they're scientifically proving these things that have been taught for like thousands of years now. Now they're like, oh, these foods actually are doing this in your body to help produce this outcome, and it's fucking dope. We're in a cool time right now, I feel like, because it's actually being proven that this shit actually works. So
amazing.
A nice end of the day warming drink for you would be a nice warm like latte with just ginger and nutmeg and honey.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
Can you get on board with that? It's fucking Ayurvedic, okay, bitch?
Okay, as long as you don't have pumpkin in it.
No, it don't.
I'm just kidding. Also, by the way, I do like pumpkin. Like, I like it. I just don't like it in a basic bitch form. But it's just because I'm just trying to deny my own inner basic bitch. Because everyone knows that I am. Everyone that knows me knows that I'm a basic bitch.
It's true. It's okay. We all got our basic bitch tendencies.
That sounds like
there's some basic bitch shit that it's fine.
But see, like that to me,
to each their own.
Sounds like a apple cider that I can get on board with.
Yeah, but just with milk.
Oh yeah.
Or put in some apple cider. Not a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Also, the food you eat should be easy to digest, and you should be eating things in moderate amounts. There are certain foods that like are good in the fall, but like not in an excess, because they can add to your imbalance of your doshas, or just like within your body too. So like you can have carrots, cabbage, pumpkin, potatoes, onions, apples, dairy, dates, beets. Just get a variety of a lot of different things too is really important.
Okay, like just a variety and moderation.
Yes. So you also want to eat foods that
Do
lubricate.
Zebra cakes count?
No, Shay.
Oh well, that's upsetting.
Yeah, not processed foods as
identify
much
as a
like
zebra.
whole vegetables. Like cook your vegetables and stuff, but like vegetables and fruits and just try to eat in season. It's really important.
You have,
And
you
then
know
just
what?
lots
From
of
day one,
roots
you've
and
always
herbs and
preached about
spices.
that.
I have.
You have.
So I'm preaching about it more, and I'm just giving you guys more examples of why you should. Okay. She's been taught for thousands of years. Okay. So you also want to eat foods that lubricate the body, because we're trying to stay juicy.
I mean,
Also combat
Never mind, that's gross.
dryness and dryness.
wow, this could be like a monastery commercial.
Combat dryness and moisten lungs.
Nah,
Okay.
different kind of lips.
So
That's
some
disgusting.
things that
I don't know what is wrong with me, you guys. I'm so sorry.
Shay, nothing is wrong with you. This is comedy. This is sexual innuendos 101. Okay,
Are your ears
and we trying to
burning,
stay
little Austin?
juicy and moist.
Oh my god,
All of us.
I hate that word so much.
Okay.
Moist.
So, some ways to do this: healthy oils, guys, organic ghee or clarified butter. Grass-fed is really good for you, but
Which honestly,
some organic good shit, okay?
like honestly, they're actually making it really easy now to eat healthy, right? Like, like I know, yes, you have to kind of watch
a little more expensive.
what chemicals are in like ghee. Like I actually saw like a thing that was like
What?
spreadable ghee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the things you got to look for. Like, oh,
watch what
what's
it's cut
making
with.
this spreadable?
Right. What's it cut with? But like, I know that Mayoki butter, that one is like really awesome, which it's vegan, but they make it with pretty good products.
Yeah.
I don't know about the ghee that I've seen at the Target. I don't know what good old, what's their brand called? I don't even know what it is, but like I don't know what they're putting in it. Market Farms or whatever it is.
It should just be butter. It should just be milk. It should just be cream.
Get yourself some Kerry Farms and you'll be solid as
Kerry
gold.
Gold?
Kerry
Kerry
Gold.
Gold?
Kerry Farms. Whatever.
That'd be fine.
Doesn't matter. It's a cow in the...
But technically, sorry.
Jesus.
Technically, ghee, you separate the milk solids.
I really like
The
that you
pure
highlighted.
fat.
We trying to stay juicy, y'all.
Yeah, duh. Yeah, because I wrote it after that bolded, so it stayed bolded.
I thought
and
you were
then-
just trying to make sure that they hone in this like a really intense PowerPoint.
Don't forget to say this. This is important. It is
right.
important. Also,
Sorry.
enjoying seasonal moistening foods.
God, if you say moisten one more fucking time.
Moist.
God damn it.
Such as pears, pumpkin, squash, apples, seaweed, grapefruit, and lemons. And again, it's citrus season coming into it, so that's really good to eat right now too. Also, yeah, really good for you. Again, seaweed. Super naturally salty, and
I
it's
like that
really
when
good
you-
for multiple things.
Is it like dry? Like I think I've had like seaweed chips and I really like those, but they're probably coated in like canola oil or some shit
you
like
just
that.
gotta be, like, you can get like sea moss or like you can like any kind of seaweed. You can like rehydrate,
Sea moss.
blend into your fucking smoothie, put in some miso soup.
I'm not as cracking.
Sea moss is a fucking huge thing right now too.
Is it? Is it super fetch?
It's fucking so cool right now.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is
So
Regina George
fetch.
eating it?
She probably is with
well,
her
I'll probably eat it
carotene
then.
bars or whatever those are called. Creatine? What are they?
Kerosene bars. It almost sounded like kerosene bars. With her
Kerosene.
kerosene bars, it's really
She
good.
probably would have eaten that if someone told her it
mean-
would have made her lose weight.
It's true.
So, let's talk about some more of the really medicinal stuff. So we got some roots coming up. So first of all, dandelion roots. We all know what a fucking dandelion is. Yeah, you do.
make
You know what a
wishes.
dandelion is.
You make
You spray
wishes.
it with fucking Roundup in your garden every year. Stop it.
Make wishes.
Stop that.
Make wishes.
Yeah.
Spread that. Spread
mean,
that weed across
do what you have
the
to
fields.
do. But did you know that dandelion roots have long helped flush liver of toxins, aid digestion? They fucking secrete toxins from your fucking body. And we just fucking spray them with poison and ruin the earth.
Right? It's like
Instead-
trying to give you a hug. It's like
It's like, you all need us. That's why there's so
not
many.
to make another Mean Girls reference, but it's like Karen when she's gonna catch fucking what's her face, and it's like
the fucking
trust
fall of trust.
Yeah, the trust fall, not the fall of trust.
Yeah, the whatever, however you say it. So, also dandelion roots have been traditionally used to help clear skin. So, if for anything, clear up your zits with it, okay? Just rub it on your face.
I'm gonna rub that shit all
Just
over
kidding. I
my
don't
face.
think that's exactly how you do it, but
I'm
maybe.
pretty sure it is.
So they have a really long taproot. I don't know if you guys have ever pulled weeds, but you fucking have better pulled a weed in your life. Okay?
Yeah.
And by the way, this isn't a weed. It's a beautiful medicinal plant. So if you've ever pulled a dandelion, they have really long roots. And that's why they keep coming back, because you pull them and then you're like, I'm sick of this. I'm going to spray them with poison. It's because there's wonderful medicinal qualities in those roots, okay? So it's easiest to dig them up after the fall rain. You literally dig them up with a fucking shovel, and then you rinse them off, and then you can dry them out, or you can put them in a fucking tea. You can put them in a soup. You can put them in a soup. But you can even make dandelion root honey, which is really good for you. And what you do with that is you slice the roots, place in the jar with raw honey, and then you need to heat the honey in order for it to like infuse. But you don't want to heat the honey too much because that raw honey has some really good benefits as well, and you don't want to like ruin everything. So you put the honey in the raw honey with the dandelion roots in the jar, and then you get a pot of like simmering water.
Sounds like a bear
and
trap.
then you make a little double boiler, double simmerer, if you will, because we ain't boiling this shit. We're slowly simmering. You simmer it for like 2 hours, and then you have fucking dandelion root honey that you were maybe gonna spray with poison, but you're like, I'm gonna make medicine instead. And
Damn.
I've never done this, so I'm not trying to toot any horns, but I should probably start because
Doot, doot.
I know where there's a lot of dandelions everywhere. Okay? So that's a dandelion root for you. And even the greens are good. Good for you. Anyways, ready for the next root?
Oh, I'm ready for that root.
Echinacea. You use the root. Did you know that? You can use the flowers, I think, too.
What
but
is
I think
echinacea?
echinacea is a flower. You've never seen echinacea flower?
No.
It's a beautiful flower, and it has wonderful medicinal roots. And you've had like echinacea tea. It's in like all sorts of shit when you have cold, like,
Okay.
something plus echinacea. It's like
okay.
all over
I've
the
never
place.
heard of that, but okay.
You've definitely
I probably
seen
have
it.
had it, just didn't know what it
Shit.
was.
Okay. Well, that's fine. It's fine you don't know what it is, but you've seen echinacea.
No, that's fine. Okay, but I just
I know. But maybe you
you
haven't.
need to stop yelling.
I don't know what they do in Texas. Maybe they don't use echinacea. So, it's this like purple cone flower, and the roots of it have been extensively studied for their ability to boost the immune system. You harvest the roots in the fall, and you can make a tincture for the common cold and for other types of immune suppressing illnesses. And it's really good for you. Another good one is horseradish, which is also a root. Yes, I'm talking about that shit you put on your steak. Not the creamy kind. That's different. But this horseradish, the actual root, looks like a big, dirty tree root.
Oh.
And then you peel it, and it's bright white.
Sounds like
and
my
then
Saturday
you
night.
fucking grate it, and it... Yes.
Yep. You take a
pull out
grater to it.
First, it's
and
really
you tire
dirty.
them down, and then you
You
dig
peel
it out.
it? Jesus Christ.
I haven't had.
That is some kinky shit, Shay. Jesus.
I go
don't
hard
know
to
if
go
that's
home,
kinky.
dude. I go hard to go home. I'm very aggressive in the bedroom.
Yeah, you're whipping out a grater. Jesus Christ.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Sometimes you're
What
trying
does
to
that
just
even
peel
mean?
the layers, okay? So horseradish
God, I'm funny.
helps flush inflammation and clear out your sinuses. If you really want to clear out your sinuses, literally take a whiff of it and you will be good for a while. Okay.
So it will grate out your sinuses, is what you're saying. It will grate them out. Maybe fondle them a little bit.
It'll clear them. It'll burn them because it is potent and pungent. Okay, we're going to marshmallow root. Did you know that? Do you know about marshmallows?
No.
I know you just made some.
I did make some marshmallows,
But marshmallow is a plant, and it's also a root, and it's been dating. They've been using it since like ancient Egypt. The marshmallow
nice.
root.
they know where I was at.
It's been cultivated and applied due to its impressive nutrient content, which includes starch, pectin, various antioxidants, organic acids, and natural sugars, which I'm pretty sure they used to flavor marshmallows with it.
Interesting.
I might
telling
need
you,
a fact check on that, Austin.
Fact check it.
Was marshmallow root actually used in the making of marshmallows?
The Egyptians
Well,
knew
they
what was
say
up.
it's like a similar smell to like a marshmallow, and it has like pectin and sugars, so it's basically a marshmallow.
That's right. It's basically a marshmallow. It's got that horse hoof in them.
Yeah, no, it's natural. This is vegan as fuck.
There's no horses in that.
So you can also use marshmallow root for clearing up acne and making soothing lip balm. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Next root of fall is burdock root. Super, super good for you. In Japan, it's known as gobo. It's shaped like a long white carrot with a thick skin. And it contains multiple types of powerful antioxidants, including quercetin, lutein, and phenolic acids. It purifies your blood. It inhibits cancer. It helps treat skin issues. And Shay, good luck. I mean, good news. Good news. It's an aphrodisiac, which actually you probably don't need. You just need to go find someone to take it out on.
Like, I could probably just like go like there's like a lot of young whippersnappers out here. They're like, hey,
you live like there's so many. There's lots of young.
I could be like just like
young folks around here.
I just do like a little Shay mating call, just like caw and little boys.
You just yell at your balcony. Does anyone want to get some tonight?
And they're just like,
does anyone want to Netflix and chill?
Yeah.
And by chill, it ain't gonna be chill.
It ain't gonna be chill.
It's gonna be
aggressive.
Well, just get your burdock root. Just yell out on the balcony. Who wants to give me their burdock root?
And they're like, I don't know what that is, but yes.
Right in my marshmallow.
Right into it.
So here's a little fun fact about fucking burdock root. And this doesn't have to do with dicks.
No?
But it was the inspiration for Velcro. Because a dude that was a Swiss electrical engineer named Georges de Mestral, which is probably wrong. He was like up in the mountains in Switzerland.
Bali.
And he observed the burrs sticking to his wool stalks and dog's fur. And he took the barb seeds and replicated the gripping quality to create Velcro in 1955.
Damn.
Thanks, burdock root.
You're awesome.
Thank you. Velcro is quite the invention.
It is. I do.
Again, nature is the way.
Right, it is.
It's hanging up a lot of your shit.
Yeah, it is right
Thanks, now. Velcro. Thanks,
Velcro.
Georgies.
Georgie Porgies.
Next up, we got turmeric, guys. You know turmeric is fucking good. A lot of times it's known as a spice, but it's really technically a root.
It's in your smoothies right now, probably as you're driving to work.
It's a blood. It probably is. You're probably drinking your fucking golden milk. Mm-hmm. You're drinking your fucking turmeric. Your
golden
smoothie.
eagle. Yeah.
After you did the spread eagle.
Wow.
Golden.
Jesus Christ.
I said golden eagle.
I said golden, not spread eagle.
And then I thought that was the same thing, but it's not. Okay, anyways. It'll help you with your spread eagle. So, turmeric is a blood purifier. It supports the function of the liver through better blood flow and bile production, getting that fucking nasty shit out of your gut.
That's fair.
And then when the liver's functioning optimally, the process of detoxification happens a lot more easier throughout your whole entire body. Our liver is so fucking important.
I mean,
it's really important to take care of your liver. And it's not just about like, I'm an alcoholic, my liver.
That's me.
It's like, we got to take care of our livers, you know?
It does siphon out a lot of fucking toxins. It's not just about alcohol.
It just gotta just make sure it's functioning right by eating some fucking
just siphons out the bullshit.
Fucking turmeric, okay? Just fucking make turmeric shots. Let's go. Counterbalance. Just kidding. I don't know if that would probably work.
Maybe, I don't know.
So it can also again it removes toxic accumulations in your body that negatively impact your immune system, your vitality, your energy, your whole fucking body, okay?
It's
also
true.
Nourishes the heart, supports comfortable movement of the joints, and strengthens digestion. Okay? So here's a little root. That was just some of the roots. There's so many fucking roots, guys. Fucking look it up. Okay? No. I love you and thank you for listening. But there's lots of roots. Those are just some of them. But I found this sounded really good. It sounded like a yummy root tea for fall.
Root fall
So it has burdock root, I didn't read this one first, so I'm sorry I didn't look up what this was.
Fine.
Astragalus. I didn't read that. I have no idea what that is.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. Also has licorice root, which is also another root. Delicious.
Won't drink it.
Reishi mushrooms and cardamom, and you put all that in a big pot and you let it and you do like a pinch of cinnamon in there too. You simmer it for about an hour in a big pot and you have like tea for like a week. and it's really fucking healthy for you.
That sounds tight. That sounds tight.
Oh, and then I just want to say a couple herbs before we go.
Before we
sign off. Before we move it over to Shay's nostalgic talk. So we also have Tulsi, which is this is a medicinal herb. It's also known as holy basil, which I think I've talked about holy basil before. Holy basil is one of my favorite smells in the entire world. It's like sweet, herby, like floral, like or like fruity, pebbly. Like it's insane. Okay, if you've never smelled holy basil, go find some. But anyways, so Tulsi,
your life changed,
as it's known in Ayurveda and Chinese medicine. It's used for detoxification, cellular vitality, immune support, energy, and mental clarity. It's also considered an adaptogen, which we definitely talked about adaptogens. So that's when I talked about Tulsi and holy basil, which are things that help adapt to stress. So it also supports the balance of your body and supporting all your doshas in Ayurveda. So it balances like all three instead of like adding to just one of your doshas. It like balances all of them out, which is like the optimal goal of life is to have your balance, you know?
Your doshas
trying to be balanced. Yeah.
Get them chakras balanced.
Exactly. Kind of like
Yeah, I get you.
Kind of similar things. So also this herb is lightening and lifting. Again, that's what we want to do in fall. Perfect for fall.
That is nice.
And it promotes healthy respiration, healthy digestion, steadying the heart, calming you down, normal body temperature. And in Sanskrit, Tulsi actually means the incomparable one, which it is. It's like a sacred plant. It's beyond well known for its adaptogenic effects. And it also influences emotional resilience and devoted spiritual awareness, as well as promoting health and longevity. And every single person can benefit from it.
Okay.
Also, some of these things, like maybe you don't need these certain things, just look them up for yourself. Also, some things I've been hearing too, like in terms of like intuitive eating and like intuitive intuitive eating, I guess. Like if there's an herb that like you hear about and it kind of like you're like something like speaks to you, like I've been listening to some herbalist like podcasts and shit, and like all the herbalists are like, plants talk to you. So like if there's a plant that's calling you specifically, like go check it out. Maybe it will specifically benefit you, and a lot of times that does.
See, that's how things like go downhill though. Then they're like, that plant told me.
That's true.
To kill that woman over there. She
Venus
had a
flytrap.
PS5 that I wanted. And
you gotta really be intuitive.
Yeah, you gotta
make sure it's not just your inner demons talking, and not the sage plant on your.
That's a whole different podcast. 100%. He's trying to clear that demon.
Rosemary is another great herb, and very accessible herb that we all know and maybe love or hate, but it's a culinary herb as well. And it's been used for thousands of years for thousands of different uses. Some other things for fall that only grow in fall is a hawthorn berry, which is oh, there we go. So hawthorn flowers become hawthorn berries in fall. So and another thing, so when roses in the fall become rose hips, and those are really fucking good for you too.
Swinging hips like Forrest Gump.
Exactly. So rose hips are really good for immune boosting teas, and they have so much vitamin C in them. They're a great way to fight off cold and flu season. Again, super high in vitamin C, rose hips. And then hawthorn is the hawthorn berries are good for your heart and circulatory system, and they're really made into a really yummy syrup for ingestion and healing.
Nice.
And that's about it. So,
I'm into that. I'm into all of those things. I feel so healthy just listening to you.
Right, don't you?
Me too.
I'm just so glad. Does it inspire you to drink some warm things? Oh, another thing. I don't know. I guess I skipped it. But another really important thing to do in these cold fall and winter months
Eat a lot of
is
pie.
like just drink warm shit. Like even just like warm water.
Oh.
Like just add some lemon to it.
mean, no
Like
problem
just
with that.
drinking warm things throughout your day like helps do a lot of good, including
Keeping you warm.
like doing all sorts of good stuff. Keeping you warm, loosening your mucous membranes.
Oh.
Fucking
They're loosened.
moving things through the body easier because it's warm. Okay, so I'm gonna end this on saying that the oldest book on medicine, which is called, it was written 4,500 years ago.
Oh, so
It's the ancient Chinese medical text that has been treated as the fundamental doctrinal source of Chinese medicine for more than 2 millennia. Suggests that we should heal before illness can come. And like I said before, like that's like the principles of these types of modalities for healing and like medicine is like get your body ready and like get your body in shape so that like illness can't live there, you know, or like you can have a much better chance of fighting it off as opposed to, you know, having a fucking toxic environment. Like, you know, it's just like fucking anything.
Just build a good house for it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You can't
make it warm.
Fucking build some shit
make
on
it
shitty
warm
roots
in the winter and make it cool in the summer.
Yes. So one of the little excerpts from this little scripture of the Yellow Emperor was, in the old days, this is obviously translated.
Maybe.
So in the old days, smart people prevented disease before it began, just as a good leader averts war before it starts. If someone digs a well only when thirsty, or forges weapons during battle, one might ask, aren't these actions too late to be effective?
Bam.
Makes sense, right?
Mic drop, yo, for sure.
Mic drop. Also, another little like random thing. So I recently found this really cool podcast that if you guys are interested in more herbalism stuff, and like sometimes people talking about it can be really boring. But I found this podcast that is like fucking super interesting and mind blowing, and she has really cool guests on it. It's called What's the Juice?
Ooh, I like that.
And this girl, her name's Olivia, and she lives in Brooklyn. Or she's
loose.
from Brooklyn or something.
Yeah.
And she's like a 28-year-old herbalist, and she's just like really interesting and really like has really cool guests. And she also has her own like line of herbal like tinctures and like supplements and stuff like that. But anyways, she has a cool podcast if you like
into that.
If you want to hear a lot more in-depth information on herbalism stuff and like healing your body with fucking herbs and
I'm into that.
and other things. Roots. Teas. Oh, artichokes also right now, really good to eat right now.
I mean, artichokes are
And they're in season.
amazing to eat
Always
anytime.
They are, but they're really good for you. Oh, and then also, like, one of the things is, like, a lot of people take, like, so many supplements, but, like, if you can get the whole, if you can get the same benefits from the whole foods, like eating a bunch of kale or eating a bunch of, like 3 artichokes in a sitting, like getting a medicinal serving with like whole foods is like the best way.
Okay.
Not saying that you should go out and eat like 2 pounds of kale in one sitting.
Do that right now.
That's definitely not what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. So just go.
She's a doctor,
just
you guys.
go talk to a doctor.
Go
okay.
do it.
Go talk to an herbalist. We know an herbalist, Brita. She's in Fort Collins. Look her up. Brita.
That's right.
Latona. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know her
she's.
last name.
Yeah.
Golden Poppy also is a really cool local little.
They are awesome.
Herbal
They've been around for a long time and they know their shit. It's awesome. Yeah.
All right, that was long.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that long, but I can't reach the thingy, so.
Oh, okay. Well,
You're in charge of that from now on.
oh yeah, it's my job now. Okay.
Yeah, it's your job.
Bye-bye.
Drank all of this really fast.
You did.
It was really good. Okay.
Oh, you did.
Well, you were talking. You were into what you were saying.
Infomercialing you all.
I was into it. You were all
jibber jabbing.
You were jibber jabbering, but it was all good. It was good shit.
Be sure to fucking edit out some bullshit.
Maybe we don't have to edit out that much.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
Are you ready? Oh,
I'm fucking ready.
Are you ready?
I'm scared.
So it's nostalgia, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it spooky?
Oh no, it's not spooky. Well, I mean, I guess it depends. Like if you
have an irrational fear.
If you like have an irrational fear about this. Oops. Sorry, not to be ominous. But anyway, so I'm gonna talk about some dinosaurs. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Pretty much.
I was like, Shay already did an episode on the show Dinosaurs.
I know. But
the
anthropomorphic ones, yes, for sure.
These are not anthropomorphic anyway.
Honestly, I'll probably I already know. Spoiler alert. I know what I wrote down in theory. I'm only really be talking about the first one because that was
good.
Kind of the most,
that's the only one that matters.
Right, the most ground. Although, like, I will say, I was like, I'm gonna just watch the first one, and then actually all three of them, like the first original trilogy, is on. I think it's HBO. So I watched the first three, which we'll get into that, but like I never really watched the second one, The Lost World.
Yeah, that's the least one I watched.
And then I was like, well, now I have to watch the other two. So then I watched the newest ones.
Chris Pratt's.
The Chris Pratt's ones. And those are pretty good, but like, and especially when you watch them all back to back and you kind of really know the history of
the park.
Of the history of the park. You can go there right now. Call 1-800. No. But like when you watch kind of like, or watch one of the, what is it called? It's like, I think it's called The Movies That Made Us. Kind of their whole struggle about how to make those CGI creatures, and then where it is now is just insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so yes.
It was Steven Spielberg, right?
Correct.
He did a great job.
We'll get into all that. So,
he is a millionaire. He did a great job. He's brilliant.
He's very brilliant.
He's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire. So, yeah. So we all kind of know what that first masterpiece is about. If you don't, I don't know what you're doing here. So
I don't know where.
I'm not quite sure what you're.
I don't know how you know what a podcast is if you haven't seen Jurassic Park.
I'm not sure what's going on, but go educate
we love you.
yourself. We do love you.
We want you to push pause and go watch it though,
because it's a masterpiece. Okay. So first up, we're going to talk about the big differences between the book and the movie.
There's a book? Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a book, girl. We'll get to it. I'm just gonna I'm going to put a pause button on myself. Okay. So the book was published in 1990 by Michael Crichton, and actually there was a bidding war that was going on before the book was even published.
For the dinosaur DNA?
For it, absolutely. They were like, can we get Mr. DNA?
Dino DNA.
Yeah, they were looking for that guy. Which, funny story, actually, I didn't write this down in my notes, but I kind of remember it. I think it was Steven Spielberg, and it was like another creative director or producer that was just like, how are we going to get like fucking like people to how to explain how we got the dino DNA out of dinosaurs, and they're like, whatever, like, are we just gonna have like a Mr. DNA? And like, they don't know who said it first, but they're like, we're gonna do that. So that's how Mr. DNA was born.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so there was a bidding war that happened before the book was published, and spoiler alert, Steven Spielberg, or at least his company, won. And they paid $1.5 million for the rights before it was even published, because I guess, so they were producing a little show called ER, and they wanted
Steven Spielberg?
Yeah, so essentially, I think they wanted to make that a movie or something like that, but it ended up being the TV show. And then...
Wait, it was published in 90?
Right.
This was right after Land Before Time came out in 89, which he also directed.
Correct.
He
sparked
his interest.
All of it. All of it. He was like, dude, I want to find Littlefoot for real. So I guess during that whole production or whatever with ER, he was like, "Hey, Michael, like, what's your next book gonna be?" He's gonna be like, it's gonna be about dinosaurs. And then he was like, "I want it." So apparently, Steven Spielberg was all about the dinosaurs. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
That's because that's how he's.
That's
Mr.
exactly
DNA
how
says
exactly how he says it. So he was like, I want it. Whatever. I can't remember what production company it was because I didn't write it down, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's Universal, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah. So first up, we got so the first big like difference between the book and the movie. We have good old Dr. Grant, right? So he actually had a very different personality towards kids in the book. He actually has a great like admiration for the young children and is even impressed with Tim's fascinations, like the little kid. Mm-hmm. Little Timmy with dinosaurs, fossils, and science in general, but having him a bit more of an asshole is obviously better for comedic timing.
It was.
Which you could kind of see. Did you ever watch Jurassic Park 3?
Yeah. So
you can kind of see him be way more softer with with the boy, and he's like very like inquisitive about like, wow, you figured out how to capture that Tyrannosaurus piss like by yourself, and like
because he learned from the last time,
right? But like he
shouldn't be such an asshole.
Well, it was a different kid though.
I know.
Oh, that's true. But like you kind of watch, but you kind of like when I read this, I'm wondering if he kind of read the book before, or whenever he read the book or whatever, like if he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna try this character a different way. So I don't know.
Or they were like, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so second up, apparently the book is way more like gorier than it was.
Like people are getting ripped to shreds by fucking T-Rex.
So one of the major,
not in the bathroom,
right? But it was like,
was that in the book?
It was in the book, but apparently some of the other scenes were dialed down compared to what they were in the books. So that's cool. One of the major departures from the novel seen in the film adaptation of Jurassic Park is the toned down violence. So apparently it's described as one of the most violent pieces of mass release literature you'll see on a bookshelf.
What?
Right.
Wow.
And there's no way some of the scenes could have been filmed without earning the movie an R rating, is what was said about it.
Wow.
Yeah. So, okay.
Graphic.
So you remember like Robert Muldoon, like the park ranger. Mm-hmm. So he's played by Bob Peck. So it's like when he shoots like the raptor, and he's like, clever girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, in the book, he fires a rocket launcher at the raptor, cutting it in half, and like apparently it was in great gory detail.
They can't show that to the kids.
Right. There's also a scene in a book where like Henry Wu, so the scientist, right, that he's just like, when Dr. Grant's like, is this raptor? He's like, that's nodding my head. And but apparently, so that was like his one little bit, and he wasn't like the next movies, but apparently in the book he dies because he was eaten alive by a pack of raptors.
Of course he was.
There was also scenes in the book where Dennis Nedry is seen carrying his like intestines. The dentist, like, you know what, the
that guy.
Yeah, the guy that stole the embryos.
You'll never get in here. They should have showed that part. That guy deserved worse death than that fucking little.
Yeah, exactly. So no, but apparently in the book he's like talked. Yeah, pretty much. It's actually pretty close. He was carrying around his intestines in the book or whatever before he died.
Newman.
There was baby raptors being torn apart by like other adult raptors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then the big finale, exciting. Which again, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Well, I guess read it because in the movie he survives, but John Heyman is, you know, the main guy that builds the park. In the book, he actually dies.
Doesn't he die in the movie?
No, he does not die. So in the movie, he gets into the helicopter and he goes away when they leave the island, right?
That was a metaphor for him dying,
I guess. But in the book,
he doesn't die.
No, but in the book, he tries to get to the helicopter and he he like essentially he falls down a hill, breaks his leg.
Okay, that was definitely not the
and
movie.
is eaten alive by a group of compies, which are those tiny little dinosaurs, and he just is like pecked away. And that's so in the book, he definitely it's a very different.
He die? He dies in the
He
third
dies
one?
in the
Second one. He dies.
Well, he's in the second one for
Maybe
a
I
brief
thought
moment.
maybe it's because he died in real life recently.
Yeah, he died in real life. So
like
he
a year
so
ago.
he dies.
That's what I'm thinking.
So he dies off screen in the first Jurassic Park. Well, he died off screen before the Jurassic Park movie of like the reboot, the soft reboot, I guess, for
What?
the Lost World or whatever it is. Yeah.
He died in the trailer? What are you saying?
Like he dies off screen, like meaning like
yeah, like he died in the movie. Like it's not shown, but he died.
But he
like,
dies,
it's known.
but it's not like until like they don't mention it again until like the Chris Pratt ones. Like he's alive in the Lost World. He's alive in the second movie. He actually is on screen for a minute, and then
I thought you were saying in the first.
No, and then in the third movie, he's never even mentioned. And then in the soft reboot with Chris Pratt, they kind of say that he had passed away. So, but he was still a character. Anyway, moving on. So there's also another major character death in the book, which is Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum. Ugh. So in the book, he gets injured by that T-Rex the same way. Like he gets thrown off. Like he's like must go faster. Like all of that happens. But he, like his condition, like with his broken leg and his mental state kind of like continues to deteriorate, like partly due to like the morphine that he's given. And Ian Malcolm like becomes somewhat of a lunatic as like he inches closer to death. And instead of offering help and navigating,
they should do a redo Jurassic Park,
right? So, but apparently like instead of offering like help and navigating through like the vast like service tunnels or whatever, like he's reading the map or whatever, like he instead goes into like long rants about the range of like about just random shit, and then eventually just succumbs to his wounds down there with Hammond, and that's how he dies. So apparently like they were just like, no, he's got to live because he's fucking hilarious. Okay, and there won't be a sequel.
Jeffrey.
So yeah, so okay, so on to what makes the dinos dynamite. Okay. Okay, so right. So first off, Jurassic Park actually paved the way for how digital effects are used in movies today. So, ILM
that was groundbreaking shit.
It was. So ILM was the production house responsible, and it was part of Lucasfilm. So it was part of like George Lucas's production company. So and after seeing a screen test of the dinos, Spielberg like apparently said that's how movies are going to be made from now on. When he saw like how they moved and everything else, because beforehand they were like moving animatronics and they were using claymation, and that's what they were originally going to do in Jurassic Park, because that's what he wanted them to look like. He wanted them to look like lifelike, right? So this production company was like, no, we can do this whole thing with CGI, and nobody thought like everyone was like, that's fucking impossible. Seriously, you guys should like watch like the movies that made us the Jurassic Park one. It's actually very captivating.
Isn't that just digital? It's
digital stuff, but like in this production company was like they were responsible like for like in Terminator 2, so they were doing groundbreaking shit, and so this was kind of the next step. So what was missing, and they go in depth about it in those like in the little, it's on Netflix, the movies that made us, it goes in depth about it, but like apparently, so what makes a difference with claymation and like CGI is like, so when you're watching a movie like live action, when you pause it, you'll see like if somebody's moving their hand, you'll see like a motion blur, right? Because they're moving their hand within that frame. So in claymation, somebody's taken that little dino foot or whatever, and they're like moving it. So they're missing that motion blur essentially. So what these guys figured out how to do, which nobody had done before, was add that motion blur in, and that's what made it move so smoothly. So everyone was like, I mean, people were like going apeshit. Even like there's a rumor too, like, and they say it in that documentary, like George Lucas had cried because he was like,
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, so Steven Spielberg was like, holy shit, we're doing that. That's amazing. Let's go. Now, they weren't all digital, though. Right, obviously. So, honestly, before seeing
I thought they were all animatronic.
So, no. I mean, not all the, like, the running scenes and stuff. You thought those were animatronic?
No.
Okay, there it is. I was like...
No.
I was like, Brie.
I wasn't thinking about the running scenes.
Okay, no.
I'm thinking about the...
Right. Those, like... Right, so we'll talk about that. So
I guess they do run.
Right, so they weren't all digital, and honestly, before seeing what the digital artists could do, Spielberg wanted to make them all animatronic, which obviously wasn't possible. A King Kong ride actually inspired Spielberg's original plan for building the dinosaur. So like if I guess it's a defunct ride now. I think it was like the Great Movie Ride in Universal Studios, and it was like they had this giant replica of King Kong. So that's what inspired him, because it was very lifelike movement. So that's what he wanted to do with every single dinosaur. And I'm sure Universal was like, you can go fuck yourself. Like, that is so goddamn expensive, but whatever.
Especially back then when it like wasn't
right
the thing.
So the logistics of Spielberg's original plans was to bring dinosaurs to life, or inspired by the... Oh, I actually said that. Never mind. Just kidding. Skip that. But again, like, so unfortunately the plans to build all of Jurassic Park's dinosaurs were simply full-size animatronics proved too costly. Of course, that's why they said to fuck off. So he had to compromise. Some creations, including the T-Rex, were full dinosaurs.
The brontosauruses were not.
Those were not. So, and you could tell, like, when
this Triceratops definitely was.
Yes, absolutely. And the actor talked about that, like in that documentary where he was like, it felt like a real dinosaur because it breathed. Like there was somebody in there that was like making it breathe. So it was really easy to... it? Right, yeah, because they were in it. So somebody was working the lungs, somebody was working the legs, and somebody was working
like
the
an
head.
Ace Ventura.
100%, yeah. But nobody birthed out of itself, so it was fine.
Weird.
But yeah, so he's like, it was super... the guy that played Sam Neill, he said it was super easy to interact with. Like, all of our expressions when it was those dinosaurs were very genuine, because it was... I mean, it looked real. It was crazy. So, but the T-Rex, so the full dinosaur, so one of them was obviously the T-Rex. The T-Rex weighed 12,000 pounds.
Jesus.
And was
Lord.
extremely powerful. So they actually would have like a little like alarm that would go off to be like, everyone move the fuck out of the way, and like we're shooting it, we're moving it around, like, because apparently...
Did it walk?
It didn't walk.
Or do you have like people like kind of puppeteering it too?
It would be like, because it would move in real time, but because it was so heavy and powerful,
that is scary.
So let's see. So it was because someone stood. So they used flashing lights because if someone stood next to it, like, and the head, like, to the actual dinosaur, and the head went by like at speed, it felt like a bus going by. So like,
oh my
if
God.
It moved, like, so if somebody moved that head, it would just be like, it felt like a whole fucking bus that like went by you. So if it hit you, you would fly across the fucking room like an actual dinosaur.
What a feat they accomplish.
Exactly. So it would also soak up water like a sponge, kind of like those like those little tablet things. Mm-hmm. I see them at King Supers all the time. I almost bought them for today. I want to be like, do you know what this is?
The dinosaur pills?
Yeah. So it would soak up water, and then it expanded. So it wasn't waterproof, essentially. It would make so because it would soak up the water and it got super heavy, it would make the dino shake. So in those big rain scenes,
yeah, there's like pouring rain scenes.
So they would have to stop and dry the dinosaur off, because like after a while it would like start to like shake like really violently. God. So which probably looked hilarious because it looked like the dinosaur was cold, but like it was probably very dangerous for anybody around it or operating it, because I'm sure it was
gonna blow
janky as fuck.
The swan ain't my baby.
The swan ain't my baby.
That's from Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Go watch it right now. Let's see. So
after you
listen to this and watch Jurassic Park. Okay.
Hashtag 30ish podcast.
You're right. But most were just the upper half. So like most of the dinosaurs that were built were just the upper half of the dinosaur, including the head and the torso of certain dinosaurs. So Well, others were just the bottom half, including like the legs and claws. So like sometimes, yeah, it was just they just had all parts of dinosaurs all over the place. So there's footage of like a 7.5-foot tail of like a brachiosaurus puppet, like the big long necks. So, which included just the head and the neck. So,
like when they're in the tree.
Yeah, exactly. So, especially like if she's petting it like that, like you'll know that like you can tell if you rewatch it, you're like, that's a puppet.
That part's yeah. But the part when they're like in the field and they're first coming into Jurassic Park and those are
all fake. Yeah, those are all fake. So yeah, yeah. So and apparently to like make it like to give the actors genuine reactions, apparently Steven Spielberg was like making dinosaur noises. He was like, I don't even know what it was.
Oh my
But like the
God.
actors almost had to ask him to stop because it was almost not helpful because it was just like it was so ridiculous listening to their director that was just like making these stupid.
I'm supposed to pretend you're a dinosaur,
right? Like it was just ridiculous. So essentially, so if you go back and look at it, essentially, if you see anything wide, it's CGI. If you see anything close up, it's a puppet.
Got it.
So there's that.
Like the stampede.
Right.
Obviously.
Exactly. And then, which you can obviously tell, especially the 1994 one.
The baby T-Rex was animatronic.
That one actually looked very
real.
Yeah, which would be kind of super cute, right? And actually, there was I saw like a nice little fun fact that Steven Spielberg gave all the main actors in the first Jurassic Park movie, like I think it was like a 7.5-foot replica of a raptor, a velociraptor.
That's dope.
Isn't that fucking dope? That's fucking cool, right?
You fucking better give me one of those.
Right? That was
Steve.
super cool.
Another
fun-
wait, I was like, did he give everyone an avatar? But that was James Cameron.
So another fun fact was that Jeep attack that you when the kids are in the whatever with the glass that slams down on them, that wasn't supposed to happen. So those screams were fucking real. So like,
oh my God, that's amazing.
The dinosaurs were only supposed to like come down and then roar at it, but like for whatever reason it didn't stop and it just hit it. And glass,
that was scary as fuck.
The glass slammed and like they held it up like that. So their screams were completely real.
Was that real glass?
It was like plexiglass, but the dinosaur went through it, and then he thought it was so genuine or whatever. Because it was genuine.
It was the most genuine.
It was the most genuine, most smartest. And so he kept it in. So that wasn't supposed to fucking happen.
That's amazing. That would be fucking scary.
It would be terrifying.
There's like fake thunder, lightning.
Right? He's like, I need to change of pants.
Poor Timmy.
Yeah. So Jurassic Park is actually 127 minutes long. Do you want to aim to guess how much airtime the dinosaurs got in total? Just give me a guess, ballpark.
30 minutes?
15 minutes of film actually includes dinosaur footage. Just 15 minutes. That's it. Total. All the rest is
just Jeff
talking,
Goldblum.
Just being like, life finds a way.
Snarky comments.
100%.
Fucking raptor claws.
Yep.
Fucking smart ass.
Yeah, which they made every minute count because I think of that movie from like fucking start to stern, like complete full of
dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because it's a good story and you don't miss. You get enough.
Yeah,
you get just enough.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
6 minutes of screen time in those 15 minutes of dinosaur action were CG dinosaurs. So really, it was nothing compared to what they do now.
All right, we're gonna spend the millions of dollars, and these animatronic things that we're never gonna use again,
exactly,
are gonna get about 10 minutes of airtime.
Yep,
that's insane. But that's why movies are so expensive, and that's why they make so much. Wild. What an industry, folks.
It's crazy.
Those people are mistreated too.
They are,
not the actors.
Especially those artists are completely mistreated. Another quick fun fact: the idea for rippling the water and rattling mirror in the tour vehicle caused by the approaching Tyrannosaurus Rex was inspired by Spielberg, which I felt like you would appreciate this one. He was listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire with the bass turned up at full volume in his car. And then so on set, the special effects supervisor plucked a guitar string underneath the cups to create the ripples, and a vibrating motor underneath the windshield made the mirror shake.
That's awesome.
So thank you, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You're
always
dope.
Fucking
always looking out.
Bringing the grooves.
Always looking out. So the box office, the film opened on Friday, June 11th of 1993. Vomit. That makes me feel so fucking old.
That's almost 30 fucking years
Shut.
Whoa.
It makes my stomach hurt.
Dude,
so bad.
I remember that.
Oh.
I remember when that came out. I was like 4.
I was not. I was like 9.
You weren't 9.
I was almost 9. Okay, I was like 8.
Almost.
I was 8.
You were 8.
I was 8. So yeah, so that opened in 1993, and it broke box office records, obviously. Its first weekend bringing in $47 million, and it was $63 million to make. So it did fine. It did fine.
Wait, it brought in how much money?
$47 million on the first weekend, and then it was $63 million to make. So they were.
Oh, the first
everyone went home very happy. Everyone went home very happy.
$63 million to make that movie.
Yep. And then it eventually went on to make $900 million worldwide. So it was
they made their money back.
It crushed records. And then I think it was toppled by Titanic. That's when it got pushed out. Yeah.
How do we do that?
I mean, I don't know. We get a lot of money.
Make something for $25 million.
Maybe you should show Steven Spielberg your alien picture.
I should.
Sir,
I was like, show him my what?
Show him your alien. You'll be great.
Show him my alien.
So obviously a sequel followed.
I will not do that.
Do you remember it? No one does.
Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And then Jurassic Park 3.
Right. So it was
Austin had that one and watched it a lot.
So it was a box office success, but for some reason it's just not remembered as its predecessor.
It's not as I feel like the third one was probably better.
I thought the third one was better, but actually Steven Spielberg was not included in he didn't do anything with that. So I actually liked Jurassic Park 3. I think it was just called Jurassic Park 3.
I like the pterodactyls.
Yeah. Well, the whole movie I thought was really, really good. Yeah, but also a fun fact with the first Jurassic Park, and actually Spielberg said in hindsight he would not have taken on. So he essentially he shot Jurassic Park, and then he had to go right to Schindler's List. So
what a transition. Holy shit.
So he was shooting Schindler's List while editing Jurassic Park. And in hindsight, he was like,
so
I would have done that.
Dark undertones.
100%. Yeah. So because that was the movie he always wanted to shoot, right? Was Schindler's List. So he was trying to take notes. So actually, George Lucas took part in a lot of that. That's why he actually has a special thanks to George Lucas in the Jurassic Park's credit, because he actually was helping. He was helping with the editing process throughout Jurassic Park.
Dude, George Lucas seems like a really nice man.
He was he's like your good old George from freaking Home Improvement, his neighbor George I'm sorry, Wilson. He's just like, hey, will you go ahead and will you cut that multi-million-dollar project for me? He's like, don't worry, boo-boo. I got you.
I'm fucking Star Wars, motherfucker. I'm good. I don't got to do shit for the rest of my goddamn life.
I got the time. It's fine. Don't even... You go do your little movie.
Go do your little tiny baby movie.
Your little amazing award-winning,
literally one of the best movies ever made of all time.
Flick. And I'll take care of your dinosaur movie. Don't worry about it.
I don't think I've seen that movie, Schindler's List.
I haven't either. I'm glad
because
you said that.
Maybe we should watch it together.
We should watch it together and cry. I've heard it's really sad.
It's not like you're like, I want to watch Schindler's List today.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's like, I want to watch Black Swan.
It's like, I want to watch Life is Beautiful.
It's way different.
You don't want to watch. No, it's really depressing. Anyway. So, yeah. So anyway, so he was cutting. So in hindsight, he said, I probably would not have done that because he really would have wanted to kind of put more effort into Jurassic Park. But he loved how it came out.
He's like, you did all right, Stevie.
Because honestly... that's what even the animator said. It was great because it was back in the day when like everything like looked amazing. So he was like, looks great. Like, what did he have?
This looks better than anything that's ever been made ever. Like, we're gonna be fine,
right? What did he have to compare it to, right? So like he was like, it's fine.
King Kong, 1962,
100%. Like,
Alien.
His hair follicles are not correct. So if you could fix that, please. So we had Lost World that came after that. I watched that, which I was like, you know what? This is not a horrible movie. It's a little weird.
Jeff's in that one, right?
Jeff, and actually, like I know, like
Lord Durr.
Jeff, Lord, no, she was in the first one and the third one. Julianne Moore.
Oh, yeah.
She plays the girlfriend. Yeah, so.
Oh, yeah.
They were in that, and then in the third one, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was pretty good. It had William H. Macy and what's her name?
Those other people?
Kyle Leone or whatever her name is.
Fun with Dick and Jane.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, and then
Jane.
and then of course there was the reboot, which was amazing. But again, it's not as memorable.
So over the top,
right? But it's not as memorable as the first because Jurassic Park was one of a kind, right? So I mean, but I will be seeing. I think it's Jurassic Park Domain or something like that or whatever.
What?
There's a third one coming out.
Okay.
There's a third one. And
before you tell me what it is, I'm sure this isn't true, but I heard that actually, no, I don't think this was true. It was like they want to do this Jurassic Park and a Fast and the Furious together.
It's just velociraptors driving fast cars.
Yes, seriously.
Amazing.
They have to get away from the dinosaurs.
They do.
Clearly they could. They don't run that fast.
No.
So that's the end of the movie.
I didn't hate I didn't hate like the Lost World or whatever it was called, like the New World or whatever the fuck it was called, or Jurassic World or whatever it was. But
what's this new one? Domain.
The Domain, because like did you watch the Jurassic Park 17 or whatever it is now? Like it's the second one of the new reboot.
I don't know if I saw the second.
It was a little weird.
There was a second?
There was Jurassic Park. There's Jurassic Park, whatever. And then it's like Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom, which was like they have to like there's like a giant volcano that happens and it like causes a mass extinction event for those dinosaurs, but then they get some of the dinosaurs off the island to sell as like weapons of destruction or whatever, so they can like genetically bioweapons or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember watching that? And then so at the very end of it, they release them into like the fucking United States or whatever. And I think
what?
Right. And so the third one apparently
probably just prepping us, guys.
Right. So the third one though has Dr. Grant in it. He's gonna have Laura Dern in it, and it's gonna have all the main characters.
Like you'll each get $20 million.
Yeah, and they're like,
and you
that's
literally don't have to do shit.
Right. And they're like, just show your face for 5 minutes, and he's just like, hi, and they're like, done. So
here's your paycheck.
It could be interesting, but I think it's gonna be ridiculous and over the top. And will I see it? 100%. You will take my $18. Cinemark. Thank you.
And then you'll go to Smoke Barbecue across the street from the theater because Chris is the chef there.
It also looks amazing. So,
anyways,
hashtag sponsor us. Anyway, so what's the legacy of this? Maybe so the Jurassic movies inspired the next generation of paleontologists and even led to breakthroughs in the field. So paleontology saw a distinct jump in interest for years after the first film's release, as young people who grew up watching it entered the career field. But probably a lot like when people were watching like fucking all this crime shit and they're like, I'm gonna be a detective, and everyone was like, no, you're not.
Or a serial killer.
Do you smell this? Smell this passes around. Yeah, that's a dead body. Yeah, you can go ahead and leave now. Thank you. So I'm sure that there was like a big influx of students, and then people that came back like, you know what, never mind.
Maybe this isn't for me.
You mean I'm going to make $34,000 every 10 years? I'm solid. I can't live on that shit.
Sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm laughing with you because hashtag I'm a chef. So, just kidding.
You guys,
that is not my life.
It's going to be fine. It's fine.
It's not the life.
But that's all I got for you.
That's great.
Wasn't that fun?
That is beautiful.
It's a trip down Dino Lane.
Do you remember We're Back?
Oh, and I almost talked about that too. And that is also a Spielberg-produced film.
He is a dino fucking freak.
Mm-hmm. I think it was, or it could be the guy that did Troll in Central Park.
I think it is. Actually, I don't know.
Stand by. I don't want to be ignorant on that.
Well, while you look up who the fuck made We're Back, A Dinosaur Tale.
Mm-hmm. It had John Goodman in it.
Oh, it was so good. I wanted all those dinosaurs to be my friends.
Yeah.
That dude with the glass eye freaked me the fuck out.
Oh, We're Back actually was released in 93 as well.
Wow. That was my speed. I was 4. Dude, We're Back came out when I was 4. I was like obsessed with that movie, and I remember it. And I remember going to Blockbuster, and I wanted to always rent that, but we didn't rent it every time. But we did.
It was a great one, and I did like Jurassic Park. Julia Child was in that.
What?
She was in We're Back.
No, she's not.
She's accredited as We're Back.
Who is she in it?
Oh my god, is she the little old lady? Like, you know, like the the lady that's like that she welcomes the dinosaurs.
Dude, we need to look this IMDb up.
I'm just about my mind.
Dude, that was explode. Like, when did she die?
She died.
That was like 2000.
I was like gonna say She's the worker at the Museum of Natural History. That's who that voice is. It's Julia Child. Yeah,
it's all so full circle now. This is why I'm a chef.
Yeah, she died. She died in 2004. Yeah, so she died a little bit later. She died 10 years later. So
that is so weird and random. Funny? I'm so thankful that you just looked that up.
That's amazing. You were just like, that's
okay. You heard it here first. Julia Child is in the movie We're Back,
or Wikipedia,
A Dinosaur Tale.
100,
dude. If it's on IMDb, it's legit.
It's true. Wikipedia is more correct, is what it is.
Oh my god! Wow, dude. Yeah. That is the most random fun fact I've heard in a very long time.
That's a great one. Okay, so let's see. So I'm just trying to figure this out, but you go ahead and talk about your.
All right, guys. You know what time it is. It's time for us to say goodbye to all our family. MICKEY. See you real soon. Do you remember the fucking Mickey Mouse Club?
Oh, yeah. I always wanted to be a part of it, but I never got to be.
See you real soon. KEYY. Why? Because we love you. MOUSE. I should make up a song for 30-ish. Okay, anyways, hi guys, it's the end of the show, is basically what I'm saying. And we just want to thank you for listening to us, for coming along on this wild ride we call a podcast. And if it's your first time, fucking welcome. We have a couple episodes that you could listen to before this. So if you've been with us for a long time, welcome back. Thank you. We love you. If you feel so inclined, feel free to rate us a review and rate us on iTunes because, you know, it helps us get out there a little more. Also, keep fucking DMing us and sharing your 30-ish fucking feelings with us. We love it. If you have any like topic suggestions or like, hey, you guys should make this drink for your podcast because every week for the last couple months, Brie, the ideas have been a little lame. Hey, help me spice it up. I would love it. Or don't. And that's fine too.
And that's okay.
We love you. We thank you. And, you know, I think it's time to roll the dice.
It is. And also it was produced by Steven Spielberg. Yeah.
Wow.
He was just rocking and rolling.
He is a dino with fucking nerd.
He likes dinosaurs.
Nerd alert.
He likes dinosaurs. All right.
It's fine. We're all
you guys ready?
About something.
You guys ready?
Oh, we're ready. Shay's rolling first. Here we go. What's she gonna roll?
Thrice. That's fine. Nope.
She knows.
I already know what I want. I already know what I'm going to do.
This might be my mulligan.
2. That's crime, bitch.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's crime.
Okay.
That's crime.
I'm not a crime.
I already know what I'm going to do, so it's going to be great.
You know what I'm going to do for crime?
No.
Good.
Okay.
I don't either.
Maybe I do.
Well, goodbye.